Hello everyone and welcome to Apex Racing and Chill. My name is Abby and we are here for round 2, race 2, round 2 at Montreal, Canada. We had a fantastic race 1 and we're into this one, race 2. It was qualifying before race 1 and then race 2 is the result from race 1. And we're just here with Craze, who finished P15, the last place in the previous race, is starting in P1. It's going to be same 17 laps. Let's not waste any time and let's get straight into it. The lights are on. It is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights, and we're ready to go racing here at Canada. Round 2. Who's it going to be a better start for? Is it going to be GT? Is it going to be Craze? Craze gets a decent start. Page gets a decent start as well. Right behind them is RLD. Is he going to be able to jump him or not? Not just yet. Meanwhile, C Jones right at the back in P4 has got a decent start as well. Meanwhile, our race leader has got a brilliant start at this point in time as everybody's getting through and has got off the line pretty nicely. One part of it started on pole in race 1, currently in P6 at this point in time. P7 for Numpty nearly hits the wall there at the back on the exit. Ooh, meanwhile, Numpty has managed to pull away, but GT now might be in a bit of pressure from Ryan Cooper, who started at the back after winning race 1. Ooh, he just almost taps him at the back. They might be going side by side here. Is it going to be GT or is it going to be Ryan Cooper who's going to be later on the brakes and take that position? They're still coming side by side, still neck and neck between the two. GT goes a little bit wide. Ryan Cooper comes through and gets the overtake done, hits the wall, but still will be the one at the top. It might be an opportunity for GT to attack him, but no. Or will anybody behind will attack? Oh, there might be a chance for Smoke there as he's going to try and make the move around the outside. You know, Ryan Cooper is pulling away, and so has Smoke pulled away from Ryan Cooper there. Sorry, from GT there, and a brilliant move done from the Chemistry Racing driver. Now GT would have the chance, or if others at the back are fighting as well. That is Need2 and One Para Wood still side by side into the final corner. One Para Wood breaks very early. Need2 goes into it, but will it compromise his final corner exit? Not yet though, but I thought that he might just compromise on his exit there in terms of there might be an easy opportunity for One Para Wood to overtake, but no, that means that One Para Wood might have just braked very early. Meanwhile, our race leader Craze at the front might have ran a little bit wide, so a possible chance for RLD to make the overtake done and get a chance for himself to go into the lead. Will it be possible though? It'll be interesting to see. You know, our race leader and our pole sitter has managed to still, keep the lead despite having finished last in the previous race. It's not many times that you see the pole sitter keep the lead after they finished last in the previous race, but so far, Craze has done a pretty decent job. So it will be interesting to see. Ryan Cooper at the back, you would have thought has made a couple of progress, but looks like he might have dropped down and he's still in P8. A couple of moments earlier he was fighting with GT and then Smoke came in and overtook GT as well, but by the looks of it, Ryan Cooper might have slightly went a little bit down, I believe, or if not, I might be wrong here. Monte Carlos, he dropped out of the previous race, I believe. Meanwhile, down the inside line, it is going to be Numpty as he goes for it on the inside line of GT, that is. Apologies about that. He's going to go for it on the inside line and send it on the move, and he'll get the move done. Will Wolf Club, but there might be a chance for GT to come back at him, because again there's going to be a chance, but GT and Wolf are going side by side. There might be Monte Carlos coming right behind them as well into the final corner. It's going to be Wolf Club who's going to go down the inside, but he's going to be going very wide and go off the track, and he will be getting overtaken by GT there. I wonder if he let him pass there, but GT gets the overtake done and will be ahead of Wolf Club. You know, Monte Carlos gets past his teammate there as well, so definitely now it's visible that that was a slight little mistake from Wolf Club. Was going to be compromising his speed, but now if Monte Carlos compromises his position, he just gains position after a while and loses it by his own hands. He's like, okay, I don't want that, and I'm going to throw it away. As now at the front of the field, there is options and there is chances for more overtakes. As at the back, C Jones, RLD, One Para Wood, everybody's there. Meanwhile, our race leader is running away. It's almost like 2022 British Grand Prix, where everybody else was fighting at the back. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz in the lead was going at it. Meanwhile, out at the back, Carlo. Well, that was close. Ryan Cooper might have went for it on the inside line. He thought to go for it. Nearly goes into the back of C. Jones there. Just narrowly avoids it. Avoids a big collision. He made a bit of contact. Meanwhile, RL One Part of Wood is going to be able to get past C. Jones there. Or will he, though? Because there's going to be a chance for him to move. No, he will not move and stay where he is out on the track. And we're just coming up to the end of lap 3. And the racing has been brilliant. Meanwhile, one of the chemistry team cars at the back are switching positions as well. So are these guys at the front as Ryan Cooper goes down the inside line of Warren Wood. Will he get the move done, though? Who's going to be getting a better traction on the exit there? But they are still side by side, and once more it comes. Who's going to be the bravest into the right hander there? They make contact once more, and it might just be One Wood who breaks a little bit earlier and goes very wide. Does Ryan Cooper? He does not give him the position back, at least yet, but he was in fact pushed a little bit wide, but he's going to keep it to himself for now. Ooh, is there going to be a little bit of a chance fight between C. Jones and Page? No, in fact, meanwhile, at the front of the field, Craze is leading this one here still. RLD is getting up to him, though. He is getting up to him slowly, nice and easy. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out and what really is going to be the outcome of it later on. But so far, it seems that RLD, maybe slow and steady, is catching up to the race leader. And everybody right behind is not far away as well. The whole train of cars are arriving at the back. Meanwhile, it is going to be Lisandro, Nitu, Nimti, and everybody fighting each other, and there might be a chance for Lisandro to really have an overtake from these guys as at the very back. In fact, this little fight we're going to be seeing, and it's going to be Nitu and Nimti this time around. No, in fact, it's going to be Lisandro now with Nitu. They're going to be side by side into the final corner, and Nitu's going to be heading towards the wall, and he bins it straight in. He was fighting, he was trying to be brave and really the fighter, but fight comes in Wayne so far. Can he recover, and what exactly can he do, and how much can he fight to recover? That's going to be a time for later, but at the moment he just straight sent it into the wall. Obviously they were fighting side by side into the final corner. It was never going to work out. Either you go into the wall of champions or you get sent into the right hand side wall, and that's exactly what happened there. There's a lot of runoff area, but it was way too late for him to go there. Meanwhile, so far, 5 laps in out of 17, and Lisandro's going to go for it side-by-side with Mr. Emerald Plenty, and Plenty's going to go a little bit wide. Lisandro will have the opportunity to go around the outside. They're going to make contact once more, and Lisandro makes contact with the wall. Is Lisandro, can he go down the inside line now? Plenty defends the inside line, but in fact, no, that looks like he simply just lets him get past. He ran a little bit wide, both of them for fighting, and he might have thought he took the position outside the track, and he will let him get past him to avoid any further problem or penalties for future. So he'll definitely let him get past now and possibly have the opportunity to overtake him later on. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, it is Craze and RLD. By the looks of it, RLD has caught up to Craze as much as he could now, and definitely an overtake could be coming up anytime soon. Meanwhile, Ryan Cooper has not been far behind as well, and this time around, Craze throws it in. In race 1, it's almost in a similar fashion of what happened to One Wood. He could keep it for about 5 laps, it loses on 6 laps, as compared to One Wood, who lost it on lap 2. But in both the races here tonight, that drivers have lost it out on their own. It was One Wood in race 1, and it is Craze in race 2. He was still in the lead, so simply the pressure was just getting up to him, and he could not hold it up. And with that, a free position for RLD. He's going to take it with both hands, but he might not be, but he might need to open those hands to defend it about now, because Ryan Cooper is not far behind, and he could simply be making the move, making the overtake any time now. We're only on lap 6 out of 17, so more than half the race is still remaining for these two to fight, and for even anybody else behind to have an opportunity at the race lead move. So it could be anybody's game. Is Ryan Cooper going to be doing it about now? RLD is definitely going to be feeling hard about this, as he's going to try and defend. He has managed to just about defend it easy so far, but will it be easy enough for him anymore, as Ryan Cooper might be ever closer to RLD now, heading towards turn one. He might just be not close enough to be making the move, but those dive bombs, those late moves at any time, slight little movement, slight little mistake, and a bit of a focus lose from RLD will be taken by Ryan Cooper, as at the moment looking at GT and Wolf Club in P11 and 10 so far, as our race leader has lost out to P9, Planey in P10, Lysandra P7, Numtinet, Smoke, One Wood, and along with T Jones and RLD, Ryan Cooper in the top 3. RLD still keeps it on. Will C Jones have the chance to overtake as well? They've been in P3 and on towards a brilliant race finish. Has Ryan Cooper made a mistake? There's a slight little moment it felt like he's had, and by the looks of it, he has slightly lost out to RLD, so he might have had a moment, but C Jones hasn't managed to catch up to it, or make the most of it. So he maybe just would have been a little bit of a slide of it, but we just would have thought it was a big one because of that angle. So by the looks of it, RLD seems to be pulling up pulled away from Ryan Cooper, so that means that definitely that slide might have been a little bit bigger, but not big enough for C Jones to grab. So he would have just been a sitting duck to see it and let it go. Meanwhile, one of the drivers are going to be into the pits, and that is Smoke in from the soft tyres. Possibly it could be going to a medium compound tyre on lap 7 out of 17. So a little later in race 1, we saw a very early pit stop. So definitely lap the race to lap 7. So everybody now knows from race 1, has the experience from race 1 to when to pit, where to pit, and really avail the opportunity. And by the looks of it, we were just looking at other things, and Ryan Cooper has taken the lead here. As we were at the back talking about the pit stops, Ryan Cooper has said it. You're going to talk about that. I'm going to go forward, and he has done it just yet, as he's taken the lead from RLD. And C Jones is still in P3. So a brilliant job from Ryan Cooper. He did exceptionally well in race 1, and he has taken the lead in race 2 as well. Meanwhile, C Jones and RLD could be on a fight here, because a proper opportunity for C Jones to overtake and take second place. It's only a matter of time whether he'll be able to do it or not, but this definitely opens up the opportunity on the inside line. RLD went a little bit wide, but is he going to get the better exit? He might have, though. But it's going to be interesting, and definitely they should be going side by side around this straight, because the opportunity is open for C Jones. But is it going to be enough for him, though? I don't think so. He's a little bit far behind, and definitely by the looks of it, we definitely saw him get closer to RLD, but they might have braked a little bit later. They might have braked a little slightly later than they would have wanted, and they would have outbraked themselves, and that definitely could be seen as good of an entry that he had on RLD. That exit, he pulled away slightly on, but not. But has he made the progress back again, though? Because by the looks of it, One Wood right behind is catching up, but so is C Jones again to RLD. Ooh, a little bit of a slide there. Not sure who it was. It would have been crazy, and at the same corner that he lost the race lead on. So he might have wanted to forget that, but he will not need to forget that. We will need to forget that about now. But at the top, at the front once more, RLD and C Jones comes up another time, another footage, and in front of our screens. It could be a possible move coming up for C Jones at any time. Slight little bit of a mistake from RLD could open the door for C Jones, or even One Wood right behind. Is there going to be an opportunity for C Jones here? Will he be able to grab it? Not just yet, as RLD places his car brilliantly to defend and keep it to himself. And this back straight is one of the very strong places for overtakes, and definitely we have seen a couple of overtakes around here throughout the session. So interesting to see. I mean, a place where obviously usually in Formula One has DRS. We know C Jones is straight gonna get in towards the pit lane. Obviously on these GT cars there is no DRS, but still slipstream is there. If you follow a car behind, staying right behind it, is an opportunity for you. So easy chances for everybody to overtake if they make enough progress. You know, many cars are now coming into the pits. Plenty craze need to. Everyone in the pits says Monte Carlos in last place is making their way. So is Smoke, who put it very early on lap 7, if we remember it correctly. You know, Lisandro and an empty net are in P4 and 5, and they're on a set of mediums and a medium for Lisandro. So by the looks of it, they might be coming into the pits later on, or they might not. I mean, definitely, well, our leaders will need to come into the pits, though, be it Ryan Cooper, RLD, or One Wood, both of them. But interestingly, one thing would be interesting to see whether the undercut from C. Jones will work or not, or whether the overcut will be strong enough. Because C. Jones, having been it earlier than One Wood, RLD, both of them, it'll be interesting to see whether he could gain any progress on them, or even Ryan Cooper to you know, see whether he could exit out of the pits when all of these guys pits, or in fact when they can come out of the pits when he goes around and coming out on the track. So it'll definitely be interesting to see. We're in lap 10 out of 17, so about 7 laps remain after this one. Meanwhile, Ryan Cooper, RLD, One Wood, all these guys are into the pit lane, and it'll be interesting to see where is C. Jones, where is he coming up about now. GT is into the pits as well, so all the doors are going to be opening, and C. Jones is just making their way around the wall of champions now. They're just going to take it as smooth as possible. And meanwhile, everybody's now out of their pit box, and C. Jones at the moment might just be overtaking Ryan Cooper here, though. Will he? Just into turn 2. No, he will not. And Ryan Cooper just about exits with the barest of margins ahead of C. Jones, and by that, C. Jones have overtaken RLD and One Wood. Both of them have been overtaken by the undercar of C. Jones, and to the end of the race, we possibly are going to be seeing the fight for the lead, the fight for the race win. To the end of it, hopefully it'll all depend how good of a defending can Ryan Cooper do, and how good of a fight can C. Jones put here. It's nearly very close between the two, and at the back, fighting, looking at others, there are drivers at the front who are yet to pit, but these two are going to be net leaders, or possible net leaders of this race, as soon as those at the front come into the box. Definitely hope you all watching have been having fun, because this race has been brilliant. So was race 1, and race 2 has been decent as well in terms of overtakes, in terms of moves we've seen all around. So definitely it has been a pretty good race. I mean, all those at the front are now just bidding in Wolf Club, Lisandro and Nimty Ned, so that would mean these Ryan Cooper and C. Jones will be going up to their original positions, which would be at the front of the field and the race lead out there. So definitely they'll be all out at it, and so far it's still there within each other, still there within a second of each other at the moment, pretty much. So they definitely will have the fight. They'll have the opportunity, especially C. Jones, to try and overtake, to try and fight here. Ryan Cooper, a proven race winner, a proven brilliant winner driver, and C. Jones, who's just been improving recently, nice and easy. In race 1 he lost out with a mistake, and definitely in race 2 he's got the opportunity to not only finish on the podium and just win, he could even win out here. So definitely he's got all the opportunity to grab it today. If he can't quite do it, fine, but if he can, that'll be a cherry on top. Even if he can't, still a P2 finish for C. Jones would be an exceptional one, because definitely as far as I could remember, I don't remember him finishing inside the top 3. So podium at the start of a brand new season, only race 2 of round 2. So definitely early on, doing it early, very early in the season, would not only do give him points, but also give them progress as well. As we're just moving through the field, talking about the same topics, but obviously just we're roaming around to see if we could find any battle or any drivers going side by side. We don't just, or in fact we just not do that about yet. Lap 12 out of 17, lap 13 that becomes for our leaders, as we're just now moving forward and possibly moving towards the end of the race, as C. Jones and Ryan Cooper possibly very closer to one another, and once more an opportunity could be popping up for GC Jones soon, and don't be surprised if it does, because they are very closer to each other, and now the pressure will be at the highest for Ryan Cooper. And look at that, fastest first sector for C. Jones, and by the looks of it, any slightest of mistakes, any slightest of movements that Ryan Cooper shouldn't do, and if he does, C. Jones will be taking it with both the hands out there. Race around here has seen a couple of overtakes as well. Mostly drivers, one of them always runs off track, so definitely these two are showing some patience and a bit of experience as well, without a doubt, not to go in there and C. Jones, I mean, he knows he has to wait for the first opportunity, he has to wait for the perfect opportunity at this point in time in this race to avail it, and if he really wants to have a chance at the victory, because he knows that if he misses such a chance, you may never get it. Forget about any of the race, but even in this race, you know, if it's gone, it's going to be gone, because, for example, let's say if he makes a big mistake here, it's all going to be gone. He won't really be having the opportunity to take it, but he might just have the opportunity to stay the race lead about here, heading towards turn 1. If he could go later on the brakes, he might have the opportunity. They're both going to be side by side. Ryan Cooper just bare brakes later than C. Jones, and he's going to keep it there, and that might have just been the movement, and that might have just been the move Ryan Cooper needed to make to boost up his confidence there, because you know that was super close and way too close for comfort for Ryan Cooper, and C. Jones nearly had it, but just about slips out of his hands. This hasn't slipped away, but might have just been a big opportunity which he couldn't avail, as Nimtinet and GT are at the back. At the back, meanwhile, Plenty and Smoke are at the back as well. So these two might just be fighting each other off about now towards the end. But look at that. I mean, C. Jones and Ryan Cooper, and by the looks of it, C. Jones slightly looks a little bit behind Ryan Cooper. Not sure what happened, or he might just gain that later on. But that could have been the opportunity. That could have been a possible chance for almost C. Jones to take, which he couldn't. But brilliant. I mean, absolutely brilliant for them to still not make any contact, with each other or touch wheels at all with such tight margins. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from both of them. Top two are in their own. Meanwhile, drivers at the back might just be fighting each other there. The two chemistry teammates here in those green and black, brilliant, beautiful liveries there from the two teammates. Plenty and Smoke could be fighting each other off. Smoke in P5, actually ahead of his teammate. Plenty, our previous season's champion. So definitely these two finding it a little bit harder than others. Obviously newer tracks, I mean, especially Canada being available on F1 before, so maybe some drivers driving it around there, and experience on such a track is very crucial, because walls are really close and incidents are only waiting for you if you do not focus perfectly. And by the looks of it, all of these drivers have done a brilliant job, apart from a few mistakes, as Ryan there goes a little bit wide, you know, apart from a few mistakes, obviously this being a brand new track. Racing has been brilliant. Not many drivers, you know, not much of these guys have made any contact with each other, especially on a street circuit. These definitely are semi-street circuits, this and Melbourne, Australia, but still, at the end of the day, they are not, you know, a proper circuit. They pretty much look like proper circuits and treated as proper circuits, these two, but still, you know, street circuit is a street circuit, and it definitely has walls closer than any, you know, a designed circuit for racing. Looking at other parts and other drivers racing, these two teammates are still pretty close to one another, and we might just see a move. He might just see Smoke get Plenty get past Smoke and make an overtake on his own teammate, or GT from right behind them could have an opportunity and grab an overtake on these guys as well. It'll be interesting to see what exactly is going to happen between these two, because still 2 laps remain, you know, this one and the one after, so they could still make progress. They could still make and have it an opportunity. You know, at the front of the field, C Jones, by the looks of it, is far behind Ryan Cooper, and definitely by the looks of it, something might have happened which would have delayed his opportunity or chance, and he's lost out a little to Ryan Cooper. And by the looks of it, either he went for an opportunity and just like the one we saw earlier and lost out, or that he's just made a little slightest of those mistakes, which I'm sure would have been trying to avoid in that pressure, but would have still been caught up by those and would have lost out that progress. But still, he might have lost out the progress to Ryan Cooper, but he has absolutely enough margin and chance to take that second place, to keep that second place and finish on a podium for himself. You know, One Pyramid and RLD, both Apex Racing original drivers, are still behind, so definitely those he'll not have much of a pressure. You know, he still has got decent margin for him to not really feel that pressure on himself. Meanwhile, GT has managed to overtake Plenty, and the overtake has been done there, as there's another going to be another opportunity for Smoke. GT now to try and overtake Smoke out here. Can he do that heading into the final lap? Because GT has overtaken Plenty, but will he be able to overtake Smoke? Or maybe Plenty might try and come back and overtake GT there. A little bit of a mistake from Plenty, and definitely that is not ending well for him here, as he nearly went into the wall. Just comes out of it nice and easy, but once more nearly hits the wall, almost saves it by the barest of margins, and about keeps it for himself. But that could have been pretty risky, and had he lost the car, all the right behind him is GT Craze in P8. So with such a moment, he could have easily been taking the opportunity. Final lap, only a few corners. Oh, that's a bit of a lag. Not sure if it's something wrong with their car or something wrong with the screen. But then final lap. Oh, at the very back, GT's going to go for it on the inside line of Smoke as well. But he get the move done. Smoke's going to come back at him, and he'll get the overtake to his own himself. And the brilliant move has been done by Smoke, and the overtake will be done. But they might still be going side by side. But we're not going to focus. We're going to focus it to our race leader, and Ryan Cooper wins the Canada race 2 as well. Winner in race 2. C Jones finishes on the podium. Brilliant win. Brilliant second place for them as well. One Parawood on to third place. Does it well. RLD in P4. Smoke in the end and gets it, and ahead of GT in P4. The GT in P5, or in fact, there might have been a penalty then that moves Smoke down, as Plenty in P7, Craze in P8, with Wolf in P9. Nimty has made the checkered flag as well in P10. While Lissandro and Nitu are coming in P11 and 12, with Monte Carlos, the final and 13th driver, who is now in P13 and coming to the end to it at the very end of it, and will get the overtake done. So that's it then. Ryan Cooper gets a victory, wins 2 races in 2 races, gets the job done, and definitely did a brilliant one before round 3. He did a good job in round 1 as well. That definitely will be boosting up his confidence even more. So now, definitely everybody has done a great job from these drivers, be it Ryan Cooper, C Jones, One Wood, RLD, and everybody. C Jones has an exceptional job, for sure today, and he was nearly taking the lead at one point. So definitely, he knows what he was doing. He knows what he needs to do moving forward, and brilliant. Congratulations to them, and congratulations to One Wood, our third place finisher as well. And hope you all watching really enjoyed it. It is myself, Zappy, and after a chaotic race 1, what followed was race 2. This was still brilliant overtakes and fantastic racing by these drivers, and great taking care of not trying to make any contacts as well. So hope you all watching then enjoyed it. My name is Zappy, and from all of us here at Apex Racing and Chill, we're out. See you next time at round 3.